bring up the article, and I'll share it with everyone. And it comes from, I believe, one of our usual reads. This is coming from, let's see. Yeah, this is coming from Real Deal Los Angeles, therealdeal.com. And once again, an industry read for a lot of brokers, agents, and people in the real estate industry. Let me go ahead and share this. Gee, man, your room sounds really live. I wonder if it's because the gain's up too high. Maybe.
I can adjust that.
Yeah, maybe. That'll help. There you go. All right, let me go ahead and share this. Let's see. Present. Okay, share screen. Boom. Oh man, we're like SpaceX. We're a well-oiled machine here at Real Estate Reality, aren't we? So, so let me go ahead and get into the article, and we can comment from there. Let's see, trends and observations. Okay, so therealdeal.com, and it's talking about flippers. Mortgage rates reverse home flippers' fortunes. Wildly successful just months ago, but now victim to cooling demand. So here we go. Rising mortgage rates have a new victim, house flippers. Flippers who were readily turning profits just months ago have now been caught by the housing market's pivot as home buyers reel from mortgage rates approaching 7%, according to Bloomberg. It's a high-risk, high-reward business. And now we're facing the high risk. Tammy Merrill, a full-time flipper in the Denver area, told the outlet, "I'm just praying for break even." Home flipping made up 1 in 10 transactions at the start of the year, a record according to data provider Adam, which tracked properties that were bought and then sold within 12 months. That number fell to 8.2% in the second quarter. Demands also cooled. The profit margin on flips in August reached 25.9%, down from 30.9% a year prior. But it plummeted in some areas, such as San Jose, California, where the margin was 6.5% after reaching 45%, in March. Silicon Valley has been an outlier in the pandemic housing market, lacking the extreme price appreciation seen elsewhere. iBuyers are facing these troubles on a larger scale. For example, 42% of the homes Open Door sold in August went for less than what it paid for them, according to Yipit data. Noah Brocious, president of Capital Fund One, a hard money lender that does business in Phoenix, Colorado, and Texas, said his home flipping customers are paying back their loans despite struggles. The default rate in his portfolio has doubled to 2.5% in the past 2 months, but remains below pre-pandemic levels. Anybody that's flipping right now needs to be looking closely at pricing of property, Brocious said. Price it to sell. Today is not the time to get greedy. So that's a lesson to us all, isn't it, Darren?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's crying a tear for all the home flippers right now. I can see that through my screen. So look, I'll throw out some opinions and comments that are controversial here.
Sure.
1 in 10 homes should not sell to home flippers. With affordability being an issue across the country, bottom line, and just crushing the middle class, and for those who just can't afford to buy and end up buying in the suburbs and driving an hour, it's just a highly reduced quality of life when home prices are super high for a lot of people. Right. That's reality. But this is a component of the real estate environment that is 100% strictly for profit, huge profits for a lot of people. Absolutely, it's a risk taker. Good for those people. They're all playing within the rules. Yeah. But I personally believe there should be some future changes.
Right.
And it should be limited because they're taking all of the potential equity off the table all of the potential upside that could be acquired by a first-time home buyer, by somebody, a move-up buyer with a family. They're like scraping all of that profit off the top and not leaving it for anyone. Yeah. And personally, we have a couple people we work with that are in that business, but that's I would love to see it go to the personal home buyer. And the way to do that, there's a very simple way to do that. All these things always come down to tax code.
I was going to mention,
always comes down to tax code. And I never want to penalize people who were playing by the rules and doing really well. Mm-hmm. That's the thing I hate. There never seems to be a proper tax code. So look, I think what it should be is if you buy in the future, not any existing purchases, fine, everything stays the same because you purchased under those conditions. If you buy in the future, the tax margin on the resale of a home should skyrocket. There should be a disincentive to home flip. Maybe there's a margin for some who invest big, like huge remodels, things that are going to be torn down. Well, maybe those don't have those restrictions, but they're going to hold those properties longer anyways. Yeah. So it makes sense that they wouldn't be hit with that huge tax burden. Right. Bottom line is we need more homes available for people who are going to move into them. People are happy to paint and do some remodeling. And okay, home flippers have had a long run, man. A very long run. Yeah. So good for them.
Well, I was going to say, it's not that they do not contribute to not just themselves but the economy. They certainly have a place, like you said, and they are playing by the rules as they're made now. But certainly, as you're saying, first-time home buyer, second-time home buyer with a family and whatnot, that certainly enriches the community as well and extends out to small business and other things in the community that are important. I don't know if flippers really are paying attention to that, right?
They're not. They're kind of in and out. They're not as connected to community, and you wouldn't expect them to be, is the bottom line. But they're even raising prices for people who are owner-occupants, people who are reselling their home, because all the construction we help people with and the bit of remodeling that we help with now costs a lot more because those resources are being consumed by home flippers in many ways.
Right.
But in the end, fewer home flippers in the market because the margins are shrinking and they're a little concerned is a benefit for those looking to buy and sell their own product.
Yeah.
So nature has its way of imposing its will.
Right.
So
I guess that is the silver lining to this, right? I mean, let's hope that it gives more potential opportunity for others in this market.
Right. Maybe before the next cycle, there's some adjustments that would disincentivize that component of the process.